1967 MGB GT, and we're doing the clutch hydraulics, brake hydraulics, and fixing some oil leaks. Okay, so this used to be a 1973 Volkswagen Karmann Ghia. However, it's been extensively altered since it was a Karmann Ghia. It was turned into basically a rolling piece of art, and it certainly does qualify as a rolling piece of art. However, when it came to us, it was much more art than function, and so now we're turning it into a running, driving, functioning vehicle. Having to go through each and every system, primarily the wiring, the suspension, brakes, actually quite a bit of wiring. It's nearing completion now. Just a few things left to do maintenance-wise, and of course, taking it for several long road tests to make certain that each system is operating as it should. Yeah, that's about it. Thank you.
Thank you. Hi, Yvonne. What are you working on today?
So today I am working on this 87 911 Porsche Turbo. Originally we did the safety maintenance inspection and went through all the maintenance and where I entered the car. And also the customer requested us to check the engine tachometer that wasn't working, which we tested as we could and determined that it was the tachometer itself. We sent it out for repairs and we had reinstalled it, and it's working as it should now. After that, we are doing some additional repairs to it. We are changing the spark plugs on this one, ignition wires, distributor cap, distributor rotor. We're also doing a fuel filter on it, which to replace these components, it's time consuming and requires removal of few components. In this case, to do the spark plugs and wires, it requires the removal of the airbox assembly, which goes in this area. It requires the removal of this intercooler hose in there, another component which is an air valve that goes in here, and a few other minor components that go in there in order to have access to the spark plug wells area. At the same time, we did the compression test on it, which is it's in excellent condition, as this car is a very low mile car. We also did an oil and filter change, and we added dye to it because there's a leak, which I'll be showing you when we raise the car up. This is what we're doing here in this engine compartment, and I'll show you on the front also. Actually, here is the tachometer that was sent out. It's just placed in there for testing. I still have to put it all the way in. Over here we did replace the battery. We installed it properly, as it's when it was replaced before, it was just laying in there moving around, which is not good for the battery. We also did upper shaft mounts on both sides, and we have flushed the brake fluid, as you can see in the reservoir. So I'm gonna raise the car and show also the table. We replaced all 4 tires as they were really aged and of like 20 years old. We also drained the fuel tank that the car's been sitting for a while and it doesn't get used that often. We replaced the front shock, which are inserts. You cannot really see, but they get installed inside this component and they're held on by a pin that is at the bottom. We will be doing a 4-wheel alignment also on it. And back here, another issue that I had was that the reverse light was not working. And since that is actually somewhat common, that when the engine is removed, sometimes it gets damaged. So the wiring and the switch were damaged. So it's got a new switch on it and the wiring was repaired, so the reverse lights work now. On the brakes, the rear brake hoses were replaced, as well the fronts also. This boot was completely torn, so we removed the axle and replaced the boots on both sides, on both ends of the on this axle. And back here, somewhere around this area, there is an oil leak. It is active, but not on the severe aspect that we would call. So we might or we might not be doing the repair of the oil leak at this time. Customer may be rescheduling the repair for this. So we'll see how that goes. I'm getting close on finishing the engine compartment repair, and then I'll do an alignment and go for a road test, and we'll see how this one is.
Perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome.